Hey.
Yeah. So, look at me. Soon to be published author. World famous. World famous published author. But look at this. Look what I gotta do. Still gotta clean my own car. Just goes to show you, the writer's life does not pay. So we don't do this for the money. You know what I'm saying?
Is that what this is about? I didn't think that was it.
I'll put it there somewhere.
Okay.
Have officially made $1,000 as a writer, and I don't know what that means.
So we've kind of alluded to this. You actually got a graphic novel coming out next year.
I have a graphic novel coming out next year,
and you got paid for it.
The sterling amount of $1,000, which I have sunk into this trap of a car, basically. So you see I'm still working on it.
So just to be fair though, it's $1,000. What do they even call that?
$1,000 advance. So really it's $1,000
advance on a graphic novel.
On a graphic novel that's coming out next year.
A lot of people never get there. But there's also, and I think too, the other thing I think we're really talking to people about, like, how do you break in? Writing and being an author is one of those things that has this kind of, there's a momentum to it, right? So once you break in, that's when people really start to see their momentum pick up. And so I think that's really what people would be curious about, is like, how do I break in?
So my break-in story is a little atypical. I just entered a contest. There was a contest from Oni Press. It's a comic book publisher, indie publisher, and they just liked it, man. You know, they had an open submission period. This is not something that happens in the comic book world very often. Maybe for artists, hardly ever happens for writers. So they accepted ideas. You pitch in, and Robin Herrera, love you. No, we never met. She liked the story. R&D, The Lemonade Code, and it's about a super genius mad scientist, little 10-year-old. That
sounds like me.
Super genius. Definitely doesn't sound like me. You see, I'm fooling with this thing. But they, he opens up a super sweet, high-tech lemonade stand that can replicate any flavor you want, no matter how extreme, no matter how absurd. His machine can replicate that flavor of lemonade for you. But then the little girl moves in across the street and she opens an old-fashioned lemonade stand and just starts killing him in sales. And the kid snaps out, his ego can't take it, and from then on it's like mad science hijinks as he tries to ruin her thing. You know, it's for middle grade. They accepted it. They hooked me up with an artist, a guy named JeyOdin.
Yo, this is JeyOdin here, coming at you with the One Piece fan art.
If you can go check him out at JeyOdin, JeyOdin. If you're like a visual storyteller or you love art, this guy is bananas. Sequential storytelling is just crazy. He made my story way better than it should have been otherwise. But it was a good moment, man. Like, I was really appreciative. It was for the first time that I had validation as a writer, outside of like a circle of friends or people close to me or family members. To see somebody not know you, know nothing about you, and just from your story idea, they're like, we want to work with you. Gave me a lot of belief in myself and a lot of to keep going as a writer. But the truth is, what does it mean? Once you make your first 1,000 and you're in there, there's a lot of people that have probably sold one book and never written a book again. This is just kind of like the way I broke in. I think there's plenty of different ways that people can break in. Some people, you know, go the traditional route. Some people self-publish. There's just so many ways of breaking in. I feel like this is just one story.
So you kind of said the same thing Eric said, in the fact that, like, this isn't how it usually happens. We had the thing with Eric about his Geek's Guide to Dating.
One day, my publisher called me up to his office, and he's like, hey, Eric, can we talk at the end of the day? And I was like, I'm getting fired. I'm just going to work all day and ignore it.
I know this wasn't your first contest, so it's not like you just entered and that was it.
Okay, that's true. This was actually my third contest, so I'm batting 33%.
Yeah, well, you were batting 33%.
I was batting 33.
So there's a couple things. One, that was your third contest. Two, you were already writing other stuff. I mean, in general. So it's not just like it was this contest. That was it. You're writing, entering contests, You win one, you lose one, you move on, and you enter the next one. And that's the thing that I like when I look at it. One of the themes is hard work. So your path looks different than Eric's, but the hard work, the actual like sitting down, pen to paper, fingers to keys, like all that kind of stuff.
I would say the hard work actually comes after winning the contest. I won the contest with a story I did. By the time I turned it in for the final draft, it was kind of different. A lot of elements were gone. I mean, the core of it was the same, the Lemonade War thing. But a lot of things around it changed. So that way, I feel like the work actually starts after winning the contest. And another way is like, I have this one thing coming out. How do I go to the next level? There's no guidepost. There's no real clear-cut thing you can do besides write and get your work out there. So I shouldn't say there's no guidepost. So we know what we have to do. We have to write. We have to put our stuff in front of people and hope for the best, pray for the best, and deliver. If we deliver, you know what I'm saying, for people. But like, so now that's kind of where I find myself having a little trouble, because while I'm excited about the graphic novel coming out again, shout out Oni Press one more time. Shout out JeyOdin. Shout out Robin Herrera. But like, yeah, so now it's like, but how do I go and take this opportunity and then let the snowball effect? Now, I will say having something published means that you're published, and that's something nobody can take from you. It makes it easier to get in front of people the next time, for sure. But that's why this whole Storiers thing is. I'm still trying to figure out the next level. So the hardest thing I think about entering more contests, like I say, comic book contests are rare. So, you know what? I lied. I entered one more contest after that, and I forget. I didn't win. It was for Darby Pop, and it was 1 for 4. So I'm batting 25%. I forgot about the Darby Pop.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, 25%.
Maybe 5. Did I enter
Darby
Pop
Pop?
twice?
In the major league, you bat 25%. Like you're okay.
I'm okay. Stories. We're okay.
Playing. Like,